be ready. Everyone has his press packs. Do you have your press packs? Oh, yeah. Okay.
You will get them once we
We will grab your press packs before you leave. Just make sure you wait. Who has played The Witcher 1? Good answer. Okay. Now we're gonna start with a few facts about The Witcher 2. But the idea is to prove you that we are doing the same game. I mean, not exactly the same, but game of the same kind. Okay, I'll step. Can you see everyone? Yes. Alright. A few facts about the game.
Yeah, okay.
The first one.
Yeah. Witcher 2 is the second part of a computer RPG game about Geralt of Rivia, the mutant, the monster slayer, right? And Witcher 2 is based on many of the concepts that were actually proven to work in the first part of the game. We're still focused on our unique approach to storytelling, our non-linearity, the world, shady world created without clear distinction between good and evil, and our choices and consequences system, which are this time taken through to the next level.
This one we're actually showing because a lot of people thought that The Witcher 2 might be a smaller game in many aspects. But these few numbers will prove you that it's not the case. What we have in The Witcher 2 is more endings, more openings, more cutscenes, more inventory stuff, a lot of things. But on the other hand, there is one thing that we have less in The Witcher 2. Sorry for that. Michał, Respaki.
okay, comedy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we're getting through it with it, but Witcher 2 is not only bigger in many aspects, it's not only more non-linear, it's also more epic and it's more intense. So we changed the approach actually to the storyline a little bit. Yeah, that's, we can show you the story chart actually from our engine.
That's a screenshot.
Yeah, it's a screenshot, it's complex, it's complicated, it's a technical thing, but then again, all of those connections, they're like connections between different events in the game, different quests. So the game is really non-linear. Those are like the endings, 16 endings.
We don't want to show off in front of you. The idea that we want to do is actually to show you that it's user-friendly, that scripting the story means really seeing how things connect within the game. And the other thing, that The Witcher 2 is a totally non-linear game. Yeah, you can see the whole story of the game. It's way different than in The Witcher 1. And actually Conrad designed the names of these blocks.
Okay, so many of the systems in the game are actually designed and enriched to be created, like the combat system, we're still working on it. But many of the improvements, we include everything in the game, really. But it was all possible because of our new engine. We actually made it in our studio. It took us quite some time, like 2 years and 20 programmers. We're still working on it. But it's a great engine. It's the best RPG engine we could actually have, we could imagine. So it also allows us to create a game we always dreamed of.
If there's any most important thing that we want to say about the engine, is we've done it because we wanted to make a great RPG game. Not only best looking game, not only, I don't know, smoothest game, but definitely the RPG tools and subsystems were the reason to create this engine. A lot of things we have done to make every member of our team happy. Most of the people on our team have the tools that they use for their own work. I don't know, vegetation gardener. Tool for people that do that on locations. There we go. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the game is not only better, more epic, it also looks better. And you can see that if you compare those two screenshots, that's The Witcher from Witcher 2. I mean, that's the same old guy, that's the same badass, but he's much more detailed this time, okay? So that's one of the visual changes. And we have also huge visual changes in actually the in-game locations. And you will have a chance to see that in a second. Of course, we know that visual aspect of the game is not the most important in an RPG game, but then again, hey, we're creating the best looking RPG of 2011 and we're really sure of it.
Here's a template for you guys. I mean, we're not going to show off like straight away. If you want to compare The Witcher 2 to any other RPG that's coming out to in 2011, you can do it. We can give you this template. So we don't want to do it ourselves. Our hands are clean. So.
Okay, so yeah, gameplay. That's the end of the presentation. Before we start the gameplay, there's a small disclaimer.
As usually, not finished.
Yeah, the game's not finished yet. We still have over half a year to polish all the mechanisms. The purpose of this presentation is to show you the non-linearity of the game, the story part of the game. So we actually have some placeholders in there. We don't have facial emotions, which are very important in our game, but still, we're working on it. We don't have final lip sync, final sounds, but then again, you will be able to get an overall impression of what the final game is going to look like. So let's go with it.
And what we want to do is we want to show you how non-linear the game is, and that's why there are two developers playing simultaneously what seems to be the very same part of the game, but it turns out that it's way different.
Actually in the quest we're going to show in a second, that's also important, Geralt, I mean, he always gets into trouble. So he got into trouble once again, he's in a jail, and he needs to escape. That's like the background.
Not yesterday. He was a hero, pretty much. Everyone's man.
Personally saw him cut down 20 men in the blink of an eye, so it's no surprise.
See him dashing along the walls. Not right to say I ever saw his sword. Blade so fast.
I thought that beast would turn to bits when it came out of the clouds.
The blade don't need denied. I'll do that tomorrow.
Important thing in here. You don't know it yet, but if you have played the full game, you would know that we already have the key to these chains and we can set free. The difference is how we do it.
Yeah, we can, because we have to get free and we have to get out of the cell, so we have to choose like the way we will try to do it actually. Let's try to provoke the guards and hope they'll just enter the cell and open the door.
Guard! Come here, good man.
Why are you hovering? Do that again, we'll shut you up.
You got the wrong guy.
Really? Holy shit, boys, open the cell! We've got an innocent man in here! Hope you're that funny during the execution tomorrow.
You wouldn't say that if those bars around here.
Is that so? Let's see.
Made it. They didn't take their swords and they're coming in. Alright.
Rip your guts out!
What we see right here is our new fistfight system. It's one of the systems that were totally redesigned in Witcher 2. It was enriched. It's much more dynamic and spectacular than the one we had in Witcher 1.
And the important thing is, whenever in the game you don't want to kill somebody, in The Witcher 2 you will have an option to fist fight him, so you defeat this guy, you can progress in the game, but you don't always have to kill him, which is nice.
Oh, it's finishing.
Yeah.
We're not now.
We're not that easy, just
Okay, so basically, once again, we gotta get out of the prison. Probably we need some other food, some other way there, so we need some inventory, some gear. Let's take a sword.
These guys are as dumb as to leave our sword in here.
Yeah. That's just a placeholder panel of the inventory, but what's the most interesting part about it is that we changed the way we're thinking about inventory. There are many more items in the world actually right now than there were in Witcher 1. So we divided the body armor of Geralt into separate parts, so you can like choose your own gloves, choose your own chest armor, shoes, and you know, pants and all that stuff. So you can customize your character a little bit more, and they all are, you know, not different because they look different and they work different. So it's more like an RPG system.
You can actually even customize each of the items you have. For example, in here, you can put runes of the sword. It's not really crafting, but it's modifying the stats of your weapons. And funny thing is, it even looks different, which is cool.
Yeah, it's like an enhancing weapon. You will actually, in the final version of the game, you'll be able to craft your own weapons.
Alright, but these are gadgets. Let's move on.
This sneaking thing, you'll be able to use that in a couple of places. But I'll talk about it a little bit later. What's important right now is we focus on non-linearity. This quest can be done, made, or even accomplished in 4 different ways.
Wish we had 4 developers in here to show you that one, because we only have 2. You're going to see 2 different walkthroughs throughout this game. We will be switching the picture from both of the computers to show you the differences. It will look like the same places, it will be the same places, but the story will be way different. Let's see.
Yeah, and why it's different is because those 2 guys, they made different decisions back in time in the game. You couldn't actually see that, but you will see the consequences of the decisions. We don't want to talk about it too much, we don't want to spoil the plot.
That's another computer.
It's just like using the yard sign.
This is going to be a sneaky walkthrough, right?
Yeah.
Let's just wait. Be quiet.
Okay, so we knocked one of the guards out.
Alchemy, guys. This is the cool stuff. We already had Cat Potion in The Witcher 1, but this time it not only looks better, but it lets you see opponents through walls, so it's perfect in situations like this. We're gonna have to wait a little bit for the guy that's there. If we put out the torchlight, he will notice that it's not lit up, and he's gonna have to. He will want to fire it up again.
That's again something new in Witcher 2, the interaction between actually ghetto NPCs and objects in the game world.
Alright, we drink potion that reduces the effects of the previous one.
Yeah, okay, right now I'm going to change to the next computer.
A different attitude throughout the story. The same part, but we will walk it in a different way.
So you'll actually be able to see the differences.
Yashik doesn't like to sneak. He's gonna show off. Give him hell.
Hey, Witcher! Smash you!
Of course, we have tweaked the weapons that guys are using right now so that they don't die too quickly. Normally it wouldn't be that easy. But we don't want guys to die so that we can finish the presentation.
Yeah, and then again, we're still working on the combat system, so it's not like the purpose of this demonstration is to show you the story and the non-linearity, right? This thing is not final. It's like a work in progress combat.
It just looks good.
Yeah, our target is to make more dynamic and spectacular combat, but easier to use at the same time. Of course, it's going to be based on all those player statistics, your skills and stuff.
Tight places. All right. Ouch. There we go. What you're about to see is an interesting thing about the Witcher medallion. In The Witcher 2, you can interactively use it on locations to hint dangerous or interesting places. In here, water pools, if you walk in them, you make a noise. So the medallion helps you see them. In other places, it will help you, I don't know, see nests of monsters or whatever.
Surrounded!
Nice.
What did you cut? Okay, so that's the medallion once again. If you're sneaking, you want to avoid this.
Alright, where are we going?
I think we found the key so we can actually take, the right turn. Yep, this one. Actually, we're taking a little bit different paths, so we see everything from a different perspective.
We're going to meet a woman in a moment. This is a mother, she's a mother and her children and her live in this castle. They're the owners of this castle. In this playthrough, we're going to walk downstairs and it turns out that she's being tortured, so we're going to have to save her. While in a different playthrough, it would be totally different, but we'll see that in a moment. First, this type of story.
I'll spoil one thing. It all happens because we actually decided to kill her son.
Oh yeah, you won't meet her.
One little signature.
She's a really poor woman. We're going to have to save her.
And who by the gods did?
You learn that subscribing to the parents' wrong.
Unnecessary toil. I shall sign nothing.
I assure you.